Now let's go ahead and look at a demonstration of wireless security in Vista. We'll look at how to configure the wireless security options in Windows Vista, both at the GUI and at the command line. Like most other Windows configuration options, wireless security options are configured in the control panel. Let's click Classic View, and then we're going to look at our Network and Sharing Center. Now in the Network and Sharing Center, we'll see our different network connections and our different network devices listed. I'm interested in the test network I have set up with my wireless connection here, so I'm going to click View Status. And it gives you basically your entire connection status here, how you're connected, whether you're using IPv4 or IPv6, the SSID, which is being broadcast right now, how long I've been connected, speed, and so forth. Here are the buttons we talked about earlier, the details, the wireless properties, and so forth. Wireless properties, this is the one we want to look at because that's where primarily we look at connection security properties. The connection properties basically just tell you how to connect to preferred networks. Security tab is what we're primarily interested in right now. Now, if this test network is set up with no authentication, which is bad, you probably should select one of these kinds of authentication listed, and you can see that Vista supports many different authentication methods. And you could also select the encryption protocol. Now, right now, just WEP is listed because that's what we've selected, no authentication open. If we were to select WPA2, personal or enterprise or 802.1x, then our encryption type would also change. Here is where we enter the key for our particular encryption algorithm, the WEP key or the WPA key, and we can also configure the key index. A key index means that there could be several different keys that are allowed to be used on the network, and we have to match which key we're using with the key of the access point. We could be using key 1, key 2, so forth. That's essentially the only things you really need to do to configure security for Wireless Vista. And this is the GUI method. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the command line for just a moment. And here's the command line. Let's go ahead and take a look at ipconfig settings. Again, the ipconfig basically gives us our connection settings. And we're looking for the wireless LAN adapter. And then we can also use the netsh command. Now, it's a context-driven command. Okay? Basically, it will allow you to connect a wireless network by changing options, and you can see the different options here. We have interface options, firewall options. We can even use IP security options. It's context driven as well, so once we type in netsh, we are inside the netsh command, and we need to know which context we need to be. So here's how we will do that. Now, if you see the WLAN context down there, we can change to it. So now we're in a different context. Now we can see what options are available for that context. And as you can see, there are different options available. So those are just two of the methods you can use to configure your wireless network settings. And they're both very good options to use depending upon how comfortable you are with either the GUI or the command line.